What's going on, y'all? It's the Kid J Nolan here. Hey man, before we get into anything in this video, make sure that you like and share it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get all updates. Hit the post notification bell. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Fellas, it looks like we're going out pretty sad right now. Now, I understood probably someday somebody was going to try to do some type of limb surgery to get taller. You know what I'm saying? But I never knew that I would actually see it in my lifetime. I never knew that people would try to pass this off as something that's going to be like the new norm. But I guess in 2023, it doesn't really matter. Everything's for sale. Everything is available. If you got the cheddar, you can make yourself better or worse. This particular story definitely hits home because homeboy is from Atlanta. He's from Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So let me get into the actual story. Dynzell Sigers, okay? He's a 27-year-old Navy medic from the Atlanta area. He recently opened up on social media about undergoing a procedure to get limb lengthening surgery to take himself from 5'5" to about 6 feet tall. This whole thing was motivated by a crush that he had, a young lady who he was interested in, probably for some time, and she rejected him, turned him down, and said that he was too short for her taste, okay? Something deep down in his heart, it struck a chord, and he decided he was going to get taller by any means necessary. Not the militant type of energy we need for our people, but you know, we do act on selfish accords pretty often anyway. So in a quote, he says, "I was always very shy and reserved as a child and was always afraid to be myself for fear of being judged or not accepted." Doesn't sound like the words of somebody that's short. It sounds like somebody that's hiding some internal things, but you know, let's keep it going. He said, "And in my teens, I was once rejected by a girl I had a huge crush on, and although she found me attractive, her reasoning was that I was too short and too young for her." He says, "I clung on to that and always considered my height before approaching women, which often caused me to miss out on opportunities. I've looked for many different ways to get taller over the years, but there were never any realistic options. I found out about limb lengthening and booked my appointment right away." That's crazy, bro. So he got turned down by one girl in high school or something in his teens. And he decided, oh man, I'm not tall enough for any women in the world. I'm sure social media probably gives him a good deal of anxiety because, you know, the running theme on social media is women don't like men under 6 feet tall. They want to be able to look up at their king. What am I going to do with a short man? Blah, blah. It's a myth. People have these ideas. Oh, short guys got short man syndrome, Napoleon complex. They be trying to overcompensate for what they lack in height. Blah, blah. Also a myth. As a short man myself, I'm about the height that he used to be, 5'5". I haven't had any issues in the world, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure some people have probably underestimated me in a variety of different ways, but I've never let that hinder me from doing anything I wanted, getting anything I wanted, and to be quite frank, it never hindered me from getting any woman that I wanted either. But, you know, he went out and spent $80,000 to obtain the surgeries to get him from 5'5" to 6 feet. So this was clearly very important to him. Now, again, the procedure he went under is called limb lengthening surgery. It's a type of surgery that increases the length of a bone in a patient's arm or leg while also stretching the surrounding muscles, tendons, and ligaments. During a limb lengthening surgery, doctors have to cut the bone into 2 segments and attach a limb lengthening device, an external fixator or internal rod. Remember that shit Forrest Gump had on his legs? Something similar to that. The 2 ends of the bone are gradually separated, stimulating new bone to grow and fill in the gap created, which typically takes up to 2 months. So they're figuring out a way to break your shit, and in the healing process, your natural bone can somewhat kind of grow. It's not like they're actually putting new bone in there, you know what I'm saying? So I guess this is very interesting. Not something I would ever do, but it's still his legs. Patients that undergo this specific type of surgery on their legs will be unable to walk right away and will require physical and occupational therapy. Full recovery can take up to a year. He's got a TikTok and Instagram page where he actually documents the entire process from his legs being broken to him going through his recovery process, relearning how to walk, being wheeled around in a rehabilitation center where he has to relearn everything. He traveled to a facility called Live Life Taller, which is a hospital and rehabilitation center in Istanbul, Turkey. Okay, so he went all the way to Turkey, a whole other region and country, to get this operation done. He explained that his surgeons can only achieve about 3 to 4 inches of growth in the limb lengthening surgery. So he actually went through this process 2 times to get to his desired height. So over the course of the past year or so, he's basically dedicated his entire life for a year to get taller. I'm not sure if he had any time to do anything else with himself in this meantime, because he was basically bedridden, being wheeled around, and having to go through the rigorous training to get himself back in walking condition. So yeah, each procedure costed him $40,000 a piece, grand totaling out at $80K. Not to mention the money that he had to spend probably in hotels, flights, accommodations, time being away from work, just living. At the end of the story, he got exactly what he wanted. Dynzell actually has an interview with People magazine where they talk to him about the entire process, and I want to go over the questions and answers that he had, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are probably fascinated with this and probably haven't heard him speak out on the entirety of everything, because on social media, you know, everything is stimulating very fast. You want to put up a 30-second video, 45-second video, 60-second video. But in an actual interview, you get into the mind of the person, see what their psyche is about, and see how they're doing after the procedure. So here we go. The pain during his recovery was pretty intense but bearable. He says bones don't have pain receptors, so none but the surrounding tissues and muscles and ligaments are what was killing him. He says he's pleased with the cosmetic results that they've given him, and he admitted that he's not even worried about any possible long-term effects, telling one of his followers that he'll cross that bridge when he gets there. So he doesn't even care about 20, 30 years, 40 years from now, if this thing is gonna backfire, if he's no longer able to walk at some point, if these bones malfunction, if he goes through some sort of harsh injury, because again, he's not in actual athletic shape, and he had an athletic build prior to going into this procedure. So if he ever finds himself in crisis, if he has to run from something, if he's ever in danger, if he ever goes to a Travis Scott concert and something goes wrong, he's not going to be able to get the fuck up out of there the way that he would want to. All I can say is I wish him the best in that. He says, all my life I struggled with viewing myself as a small person, and no matter what I did to change, it always felt the same. Limb lengthening gave me the opportunity to change my life and the way I perceive life as a whole. I have no regrets and decided to share my journey with the world to let other men who feel the same know that there is another option for them. I've also been able to garner much more attention from women, and I have no reservations about approaching them. So this gave him the confidence booster that he needed, and I guess everything is going the way he expected. He says, I feel like a new man and as though I was able to get a second chance at life. He is speaking like an actual survivor of a deadly attack. I'm happy for this guy in the sense that he was able to obtain his confidence. He's able to go about freely in the world and feel like the person that maybe he believes he was destined to be. But I have some trouble thinking about, like, dog, you put $80,000 in the hole for this? And I'm willing to bet, just to be completely honest and transparent, if women didn't like you when you were 5'5", I don't think it was about your height. Some may have considered you attractive when you were at that height, but I think it was more so about whatever hang-ups those women had, right? Because in my experience, anybody that's commented on my height, they weren't really speaking from a perspective of who they are, how they feel, how they think. It's more so about friends, family, extended people around them and what they're going to think, right? Oh, he's a short guy, da-da-da. Nobody that really gives a fuck, right? And ultimately, you wouldn't want somebody that's not going to like and love you for the person that you are, right? If your height is that important to them, that's probably not the person for you. But I can't tell you how to feel. There could have been various reasons why you weren't having the success that you were hoping for earlier in life. I don't know, maybe your hygiene couldn't have been up to par, I'm just saying. Maybe folks felt like your breath stank. Maybe your sense of humor was a little off kilter, not really appealing. Maybe your interest base weren't aligned with the type of girls that you liked or the type of girls that you desired and wished that you could be in company with. But again, you being your authentic self You're supposed to align with people that are going to like and love you for exactly who you are. So anybody that looks down upon you for things that you were born with or things that are naturally endowed onto you in your life, you shouldn't have to worry about shit like that. Now, of course, that sounds very easy, but I'm somebody who was in the same shoes. I'm 5'5" today, short nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe the fact that I rap has helped me. Maybe the fact that I'm talented in certain areas has helped me along where certain other people haven't had the same amount of success. I don't know. But just in my experience, I've never let anybody deter me from anything that I wanted to do. Anybody that joked on me, I roasted their ass back. In high school, a lot of people used to try to make jokes about my height and I would flame their ass up. Maybe you weren't as quick on your feet. I don't know. But again, I don't want to disparage this young man. I just don't want this to set a precedent for people to feel like they got to fly out to Turkey to get this procedure done. Like, just be you. Be authentically you. Be genuinely yourself. And the person that actually aligns with you and the person that actually is supposed to be with you, especially if you're doing this for women. This goes even further to let niggas know everything that the majority of men do is for women, not for yourself. It's not because you really want to do it, not that you really care about it. It's because you want to impress a woman who really don't give a fuck about you. He got the results that he wanted, so I guess that's all that matters because he don't give a fuck about his future. Let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I will see y'all on the next one. And you can rest assured, I'm going to be the same person, the same height, the same everything, same crooked nose, all that good shit the next time you see me, okay? Much love and respect. Peace. Beautiful people, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed the content. Make sure that you're liking and sharing these videos. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the post notification bell so you get all updates. For all of my artists, my artist managers, songwriters, producers, etc. If you need a little bit of extra help with your career, man, make sure that you visit pengameelite.com, okay? That's my website and my community for all upcoming rising music creators. I got 2 books on there, the Pen Game Portfolio Volume 1 and 2. They're going to give you a lot of insights into the music industry, how to monetize your career, how I make my money off of music, because I am a full-time artist outside of doing YouTube videos. If you need some direct help, you can also book a consultation with me on the Pen Game Elite website. And I also have a Pen Game Elite membership. The free tier gives you access to all of these videos that I post on YouTube and a community of people where you can engage. But I do have the membership plus, okay? You can join that for $50 a month or $500 a year, and I will actually go in and do all of the grunt work for you. If you're not registering your songs on your PROs, if you're not with Song Trust or the MLC, if all your collection agencies and all of that stuff are not up to par or up to date, I will go in there and update all of that for you. If you need help uploading your music to a distributor like DistroKid, United Masters, etc., and you've been making mistakes, you've been claiming content ID on material that you really don't own, hey man, stop stealing people's money. If you do this stuff the right way, you're gonna make it anyway, okay? You can join the membership plus, and again, I will do the work for you, and you're gonna get a free consultation every month just for joining. You're also gonna get the 2 books for free soon as you join the membership plus. All right, much love and respect. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.